Everness has been out about 14 hours from me making this video. I will say it's definitely worth playing, but I did want to give my day one impressions since I will be locking in on this game and making more guides for you guys. So, day one impressions. I will say the main story quest, let's start off there. The main story quest. I last played NTE in the CN beta, like the first ever beta. The game was very clunky, so it is a breath of fresh air when it comes to me. Story narrative still pretty much the same, just trying to basically filter out all the characters so you get to know them pretty much. It's more like a slice of life kind of deal, and it's really nice at first because it is a breath of fresh air, but eventually it comes to the point where it's like it's doing a lot and it feels pretty drawn out. And I do respect them for trying to do something different, where it's not just solely focus on action combat when it comes to story. Like you have to actually go do puzzles. There's like requests you have to do, go to point A and point B. But I feel like for the main story quests, I do appreciate the change, but I feel as though it will get jarring for a lot of people because a lot of people in these gacha games, they just want to get through the main story quest so they can progress in the game itself. I feel as though it should be more catered to all of the side quests because I literally seen people say the side quest is more fun than the main story quest, and I'm like, that's actually insane. Why is that even the case? Um, I just don't want the main story to feel like one of those things. Oh, it's finally done. I want the main story to feel like, oh, sorry, my guy. I want the main story to feel like, oh, well, that was a nice little quest to go through. Okay, let me go continue playing the game. But I digress. Everyone's gonna be different when it comes to these things. Moving on. Performance wise, runs really well on PC. My phone like feels like it's about to blow up every single time. I actually kind of like boot it up. I have a Galaxy Ultra 25, so it's like, why is it doing that? A lot of optimization issues with this game. A lot of things reported on China as well. When it does come to the gotcha as well, so I was a little bit worried about the gotcha, and I was really, really hoping they were not going to go this FOMO route, which it still can happen if you have bad RNG, right? So you're able to get these three things here, and I think it's gonna be on every single banner, I would assume, which, ooh, that's gonna be very unfortunate because if you're like a FOMO guy, and basically what this is, you get a skin, right? You get a skin for a car, you get a skin for Nunley, and you get a skin for the glider. It's up to 200 pulls in order to pity the skin. But let's say you get Nunley early, why would you want to go through that? Luckily, when you're doing the summoning board, you actually can get those skins from the summoning board. So that's what happened to me, luckily, and I just had to claim the glider instead because then it comes to the point where it's like, oh, unneeded pulls, and it's a very gray area. I feel like it's like a bait in order to get people to spend money because you don't really have to spend money in this game, and I think this is their way to get you to spend money because of the dupe system in this game that you can actually select what dupe you want to pick. So like if we go to Alder, Awaken, we have one dupe here, we have two dupes. If we select that one dupe, we can literally choose whatever dupe we want. So remove this. Literally, I can pick whatever dupe I want. So if maybe I want to use Alder more a DPS dot, I'll pick something that applies for damage bonus, but maybe I just want, more like supporting character, I can pick a dupe for that. So that is pretty nice. Going back into the gacha system, definitely a great time to start because accounts that are made before May 3rd will receive a free S-Class ticket. So the banner right here, you will get a character selector. You don't want to use this character selector until you summon 90 times on the regular banner, and you want to try to get as many 5 stars as possible by the time you get to 90, then you want to use your selector, but we're also getting another selector on top of that. So pretty much one of the best teams in the game, if not the best team, is going to be not only MC, and the two other characters are going to be Asakiri and Jiwon. So that's pretty much going to be your main team with these two characters right here. Hater is also going to be really good from my impressions of her. Um, Not necessarily for the character herself, but definitely for the life skill. I feel like when you go through tier lists in this game, I was totally right when it comes to you probably gonna want characters more for life skills rather than combat efficiency. Of course, you want teams to, clear end game, get currency, right? But I feel like teams will do that eventually anyways. But when it comes to City Tycoon, this whole system does look confusing at first, but it is pretty much dumbed down, right? You have a property system. Basically, property allows you to get furniture. This furniture will allow you to have effects for it, right? So you want to get as many properties as possible, unlock as many anomaly furniture as fast as possible to help you guys progress. So that's pretty much simple when it comes to property, and you can invite people over. You do have a racing system, you can do challenges, and then you can also do online. Online also has a reward system. You can go all the way to ace driver, you get a whole ass title that lasts for 2 months. We do have your garage, wealth board. You have some hobbies that you can do every single day because there is stamina as well, city stamina that does reset weekly. You can spend as well for stamina. We have a bunch of these games in here. You're mostly gonna do Pink Paws Heist. That does give you 1 million of the credit, but city delivery is going to be pretty important to have Hater because it helps you improve your efficiency when it comes to city delivery. What else do I have to say about this game? The bond system is a lot going on, especially when you have a bunch of red text here. So that's just something you have to actually go through. It's very interesting though when you go to the bonds here and you can actually still look at things from other characters. So that's pretty cool. See, exploration in this game is a lot better than I thought it would be. So typically things like these crows that we do, well, I think they're ravens actually, but the birds that we do have to collect around the map, normally you have a really worse time of collecting them, but it's actually really efficient to collect them because if we check the map, we can actually check everything in your travel log. So everything that you want to collect in each and every area, you can look at wherever you want to go, and it literally shows you the destination of where to go, where things are, what the enemy looks like, all commissions to do. It's really like, I feel like this game is one of those games you don't need interactive map. Of course, you want interactive map to min max, like in any gotcha game, but this game literally tells you like, hey, there's still stuff in this area. Hey, all these side quests that you can do, you know? So I feel like that's a good, efficient way to help alongside people that maybe don't want to use that interactive map. They did actually end up going the GTA route where you can't be thrown into prison. I think that's actually pretty fun for people that just want to terrorize. You can actually also help people in the world that are getting robbed and stuff, so I think that's pretty cool. This isn't a infinite progression system. As you guys can see, you will have to level up your hunter level in order to do more of the story, which I think it's nice because this game does have a lot going on at first and can be overwhelming. Luckily enough, they did release this game on a Tuesday. A lot of games release Thursday, Friday, meaning there's not as much time, but there's a couple days before reset to help even out what you actually have to do in this game. But that is pretty much going to be my first impressions of Neverness. Everness, really fun game. There's a lot of stuff to do, Wish they would actually tone down stuff when it comes to story. Monetization isn't even as horrendous as I thought it would be. I thought monetization would actually be a lot worse, but literally the only way monetization can be a lot is if you buy the regular currency and you just end up spamming like the unlimited box, or you're just trying to get a bunch of fawns. And fawns, low key, buying out fawns is kind of like a real trick to progress easily for City Tycoon, because to level up City Tycoon, you're gonna need a lot of fawns, and you want to go all the way up to level 18. Unfortunately, it does not show how much fawns you need, which kind of sucks. But you want to get all the way up to 18 to end up getting cheese. And at least they give you a free character that is pretty strong and has one of the best teams in the entire game. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I do appreciate it. It does help with the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.